Alright, welcome back to the Creative Collab. I know it's been forever since I recorded an episode. It's been kind of like 2 months now. Life has been overwhelming, so I had to take a short break, but now we are back. Bigger and better kwanza. So there's a lot coming up. So just to remind you what the Creative Collab is, this is a platform that allows digital creatives to learn from each other. So if you're a graphic designer, a 3D animator or 2D animator, video editor, illustrator, AI prompter, if you fall within the digital creative industry, this is a platform for you to learn from each other. So when it comes to finances, pricing strategies, how to manage your clients, how to manage projects, this is the place. And today we are joined by two of my colleagues. So I'll let them introduce themselves.
Thank you so much. First of all, niko honored kukuwa hapa. My name is Charles, but you can call me Munza. I'm a strategist, communications designer, na mimi ni artist pia, majoring on fine art na music.
Awesome. And we have...
Hello guys, my name is Isaac. I'm a designer and also a 3D animator. Yeah.
So in short, we're all creatives hapa.
Yes, we are.
And I think I'm the oldest here. And I got a couple of experiences in the industry. Nyendo meanza ama ndio seme 1 or 2 years of experience.
Yeah, actually I consider myself a junior communications designer. I'm a junior strategist.
Okay.
So nimekuwa kwa industry for let's say some months now in the communications design industry. But in terms of music and art, nimekuwa 3 years now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you studied it in school?
Yeah, I was in my first year. Then nilianza practice and learn. By the time nimeingia my second year, nishaanza kuifanya professionally. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ulianza aje? How did your creative career start?
I went to Shangtao. I finished school and I started teaching myself design. I actually learned 3D animation. I never learned anything about graphic design, but later on, due to exposure, my friends, I had an interest in design. And so far I have 1 year experience in design. I'm still growing, so...
Nice. I think on this podcast nimeleta almost 10 people from Shangtao. Kila mtu anasemanga to the from Shangtao.
You're the Shangtao podcast.
Okay, you're the first person umetoka Tuk. Sijaipata anyone from Tuk. Most wanakuanga maybe NIT.
Yeah.
Or Shangtao. ADMI by the pia sija encounter any creative from ADMI yet.
Yeah. I'm a proud representative of Tuk.
It's true.
Yeah.
I also went to Shangtao. Did 3D animation, film production. Alafu ndo sasa nikaingia into the agency world where I had to learn graphic design in foundation. So maybe how has your experience been so far?
My experience has been good, but overwhelming pia at the same time, because most of the things zenye nimeona ama zenye come to experience si zenye nilikuwa na expect. Yeah, so you na create the overwhelming part to some extent, but generally naweza sema it's so good and it's very interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Ukisema overwhelming, is it because hakuna plus umesema you didn't know what to expect?
Yeah. What I was expecting the exact same thing yenye napatana nayo. So unapata ina create your overwhelm.
Okay. So how will you wish it to be?
Naweza sema actually the funny thing is it's better this way because kila mtu kwa an expectation in different things, but then you come and when you face it, it's either ikue overwhelming in a good way ama upate iko overwhelming in a bad way. So mimi nasema iko overwhelming in a good way because I get to learn a lot. Yeah.
Okay. And start up, ulikuwa na feel ni kama you know what you're doing ama you're just winging it?
Honestly, I wasn't 100% confident. So kulikuwa na that element, kuna ideas, because you can't be always jita graphics designer ama communications designer na hauna some knowledge kwa hiyo field, unaona. So time li decide ku take it professionally, sikuwa najua everything yenye mtu anafaa fanya ama the steps to take ndio ufike level yenye mimi nilikuwa nataka kufika. Yeah, but venye nimesema na learn as I go. Yeah.
And Isaac, how's your experience been?
Actually, when I first joined, I just when I was young, I used to like drawing and stuff. And I remember back at primary school, the diagrams used to draw for like the liver and stuff. People would give me their books to draw.
Zile za
Like the whole,
science.
like the whole school, everybody would bring their books to me, and I was like the professional in that.
You know, ile
So-
mlikuwa mnaandikiana
Yeah.
zile za funky.
Na let us picture some artworks hapo hivi.
Yeah, so after high school, I got myself into design, but I was very shallow at that. I didn't know anything about this field, and I was interested to learn a lot from people and also from school. And so I actually got into animation. I never knew what animation was, but it happened that I landed on it, and I actually liked it.
Is it
But then I
something?
discovered that it's something like I wasn't like planning to do animation, but I happened to be there, and actually liked it even more than design. My main aim was to do graphic design, but I mainly did animation, which was interesting, and out of that, it sprouted an interest of learning more of design and animation and just learning new things. And so it's a journey. It's never easy. In the beginning, people go for it because it looks fun. But if you understand the amount of work and sacrifice you'll need to make to actually be good at it, so many people give up along the way. But if you're persistent and if you're strong enough, and if you are passionate about it, you're gonna make it. It's not about a one-day thing. It's not about like if you're good at it. It's all about persistence and patience also, and discipline for you to actually get to a place where people are so confident that you can deliver, for you to get to a position where people actually believe in you. So it's a journey. So for everybody that's starting, it's not as easy as you think. There's a lot of challenges and a lot of things you'll encounter, but always be passionate and always be disciplined, and you're gonna make it through.
That was strong.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel motivated now, to be honest. Because at me, when I started this career, honestly, I joined because I thought it's fun. Getting from 4 when you had to like select the courses you want to do.
Yeah, ukiwa shule.
I selected inaitwaje shit, nimesahau jina. Hospitality and management. That was what I really wanted to do. Alafu nika select 3D animation because I knew mistaki kwenda kuvaa suti like doing a white collar job.
Yeah.
So I was just choosing the courses that felt kind of casual. And then I got selected to go to multimedia, but I didn't like the school, so I went to Shantau. So honestly, I didn't even know what 3D animation is, what graphic design is. I learned it when I joined shule. And honestly, I loved the experience. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Shantau is a pretty awesome school. My next question is, since all of us, we've gone to school to learn this particular skill, do you think what you learned in school is the same as what ungeweza kujifundisha, or what are your thoughts on that?
Honestly speaking, nikiangalia what I learned in school, considering units, content ya units and how it was delivered, I feel ni kitu mtu anaweza learn on their own out here. But now, the good thing with school is kulikuwa na professionals. And when you interact now daily, they give you some tips that the industry, how it works, how to maneuver, how to handle yourself. So, hiyo ilikuwa inaongeza some spice to wewe kulearn shule compared to you learning kwa screen on YouTube, vitu kama hizo. Yeah, so shule iko na its own experience. Yeah, na kuna some people atakuwa favored na shule, others will be favored na learning on their own. But content wise na feel whatever you were taught, ni kitu mtu angelearn huku nje peke yake. Yeah.
What about you?
I think school is important. It's very important. But school is important as well as discipline, because I've seen so many people like get to school, they do a course, and at the end, they don't end up pursuing the course. They end up doing something else. So, it's very important to learn from school, and also it's very important to get exposure from outside, because you get to learn new tricks and how people actually work outside here. And also you're able to also apply the knowledge you used at school on the work you do outside. So they are equally important. It's good that you learn from school, but what is more important is that you may be disciplined and you may be persistent in your work for you to actually be good at it. Because there are also people who haven't gone to school, but they learned a skill just because they were disciplined.
I think
one thing I'd say ni that one thing that was bad, it wasn't as good as I expected nikijoin. We had a computer lab penye design students walikuwa wanaenda, and you learn these softwares kina Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop and such, and the computers there zikuwa as good as inafai kuwe for a design student, unaona. Like zilikuwa computers zenye zinge crash like every now and then, unapata they can't run some software smoothly, lazima zitaanza kulag and stuff. So na feel in terms of resources tulikuwa down, and again napata unatoka huku nje, and a career like design ni career kutoka nje, you're competing on a international level, unaona. Au compete tu na watu na other designers in Kenya ama in Nairobi, unaona. Siku hizi unaweza a company ama a brand inaweza source a designer from Italy, from England, from China, and those people in terms of resources wako juu, unaona. So hata kama skill yako iko fiti, you can't tap into some level of expertise kwa field ya design kama hauna resources. Cause hizo zinachangia pakubwa sana. So unapata umeenda shule, manze ukijoin huko unajua the kind of machine inahitajika, umelan unahitaji machine maybe 150k ama 200k to run smoothly, unapata uwezi afford. Shule inafai come through cause when student, unaona. Basi unapata kwa computer lab, first of all machines iko less, they are not as strong as zinafaa zikuwe. So it's very discouraging manze ukiangalia. Yeah, very very discouraging.
Yeah, because actually on Instagram more interact na so many digital creatives, especially I think it mostly affects animators, because for animation you require a really strong machine.
Yeah, true.
So nakutanga someone job yake it's really dope, but unaangalia caption yake anasema challenges aliface when working on this particular project. The project is amazing, but he or she is working on laptop yenye inashinda ikikufa kila saa. When it comes to rendering pia inashinda ikicrash. So yeah, I think kuna that challenge pia.
I'm pretty sure kuna watu imefanyia hivyo mara 2-3 wakagiva.
Nasema 3D animation is tricky.
Maana siezani.
Actually hata nimepata my friends mkauliza like, are you interested in 3D animation? Akaniambia yes, but I don't have a machine to work with, so I put it in a pause. I just paused that because I don't have the resources to actually deliver a decent job, but I'm very committed, and also I have the skill and I can do it. But yeah, resources are a big issue to many people out here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Na kuna ile feeling machine ina crash na kupiangu nasikia.
Big.
Na yeye anaweza kula kimoja.
Kama ya Felix, ya Felix umsumbua saa zingine.
Yeah.
I think you guys, us guys actually, this generation go so lucky because people are open to such careers, like the creative careers.
Yeah, true.
Previously, hata conversations nime have with different people, utakuta some people wanaogopa kusema like they want to do maybe game development or animation, so you do the course that your parents want you to do. So maybe kama accounting, unaenda unafanya hiyo course, and then once you're done ndio sasa unaanza kufocus on what you really want. Unakuta waste maybe 4 to 6 years ukifanya something you don't like, alafu ndio sasa unakuja kufocus on what you really want to do. So unakuta it's a challenge that a lot of people have faced in the creative industry.
Yeah.
I think you guys are lucky. Your parents were open for you to do this kind of career.
Like for me, like my parents were, they just gave me the freedom to choose whatever I want, and yeah, they were cool with that. So that gave me an opportunity to like do what I want and what I feel like is mine. So yeah, it's important.
So yangu
Walileta shida.
no. One thing yenye I thank my parents for, na nitaishi kuwa thank for that thing. Hawakunilia ile kukaziwa. They had that, walikuwa wananipa ile room ya unataka ku take path gani. So hakuna kitu washanishan nikitaka kuonyesha maybe I can do this, maybe nataka kufanya hivi. I get they've always been so supportive in ways zenye wanaweza. So kama kuna something I want to do, I want to start something I want to partake, utapata they will support if they can and where they can. So niki apply a course, I wanted to do building and construction, and
Masonry, the same thing.
Yeah manzi, inakuwa na levels na kuna masonry iko hapo hivyo ndani, but nilikuwa nataka kuifanya hata high level. Sikuwa na much knowledge about it, but ni kitu nilikuwa na interest in. Yeah, so ikafika time ya kuapply, nika-apply, and by good luck ama by chance ama by bad luck nikakosa kuchukuliwa building and construction, nikatupa kwa design. So nikienda kujoin, nimefanya research yangu design nusu ina nimetry kuona like career opportunities zake ni gani. Mimi nishaelewa, but to explain to my parents it was so hard.
Yeah.
It took me 3 years manzi.
Me hadi wa leo I still explain to my dad what I do.
And these 3 years unapata just like you hawajapata the bigger picture ama hawaji comprehend vizuri venye. So after every like 2 months utapata mzaya na kugonga na swali utomea, by the way niambie unafanyanga nini?
Exactly.
By the way my mom ananiulizanga like ananiintroduce kwa his friends na watu wengine na asemanga anafanyanga animation.
Yeah.
Ajoijo animation ni nini?
Kwa nini
sometimes unakaa like waniuliza animation ni nini, like una explain lakini hawaelewi like kitu ni kitu mpya kwao.
Now that's the issue, kwa sababu wakigrow hakuwa exposed to hizi vitu. Wao wamejua careers ni walimu, daktari, engineer.
Doctor.
So the only thing yenye correlated to a creative career yenye wanajua I think ni engineer na masonry, hizo vitu. Unaona? Maybe vitu zilikuwa offered in polytechnics. But the thing is design ili exist kitambo. Because ukiangalia my lecturers in TUG, ulikuwa unapata mtu amesoma alikuwa university maybe in the 70s, some even in the 60s ama 80s. Na alikuwa maybe UON. It means design ilikuwa inakuwa offered. Yeah, so your generation, the older generation, they have a hard time understanding some of the careers zenye zinachipuka sahi. But I think ina lead down to exposure yenye wako nayo. We are very informed, we are very exposed. Tunaona tuko influenced na media na vitu kama hizo. So wow, they have to catch up. the few wenye catch up, they understand what is going on, but for the few wenye bado is a bit mbadala, unapata it's hard for them to fully understand vitu kama graphic design, maybe animation.
Because my dad naweza mu-explainia leo, alafu the next time we meet ako like, no, unafanyanga nini? Alafu namu-explainia tena haelewi kabisa. Namwambia, unaona kama billboard, naweza tengeneza kitu kama hiyo. Vile ndio bado utakuja niulize same question.
Video ndio tengeneza presentation na PowerPoint umtake through kabisa.
Actually my dad kitu anaelewanga sana ni printing. So mkifanya kazi mna print. Like digital ajui tu kuprint. Jo ameona machine anaona vile inafanya. Lakini ikikuja ni all these other areas like ana float tu.
Though naweza sema wao wakitry ku understand career wanaiangalianga at the final point, that is wanataka kujua unafanya nini, nini unafanyia mtu nini wanakupea pesa. Ni kama mwalimu mimi nafunza, hiyo ina describe everything. Unaona, daktari nina tibu. So ukiulizwa ni designer utaanza ku explain like me design hii, maybe me come up na strategy, so explanation refu ndo inafanya wanakuwa confused. But ukiweza mwambia in like one word ina summarize everything, I think wanaweza try kuelewa, but say your word ndo inakuanga normal.
Yeah, I think that's a better answer. Yeah, let's move on. So my sister pia nafanya my parents pia walikuwa open to like me doing this career, and my sister pia may take the same path. So pia kwa shule kwa NIT sahi. So I feel like kind of like a role model to her. So lazima go straight.
That's some responsibility.
So sometimes anapeanga homework hailewi like how to do it, so ka homework ya Photoshop. So we don't live together, me moved out. So sometimes when you call akona deadline ya kusubmit your stuff like sijui 12 so hata ajui anafaa kufanya aje, like anafaa kumove vitu aje. So mimi nikola kilia so ikapo na try kumsaidia. So yeah, I kind of feel like a role model, and naanza kuona the benefits of having someone to look up to.
She's lucky to have you with her.
So for you guys, do you have any role models you look up to? Ama mtu yuko guide anakuelezea how to maneuver the industry?
Well, for me, I do have friends. Niko na mabeshte wanafanya design, like even before nianze kufanya design, when I was joining college, I used to go to their place Johnny was actually they used to live at town, walikuwa na work at town, na so every time ngetoka shule I used to pass by their workplace. Now I used to see them do design and stuff. Now so I say like ningeona kazi yao na mimi nikatamani sana like kufanya job kama yao. And so wakanifunza a few things. They used to teach me a lot. And so every time hata nikiwa na shida like ni watu I ran to like to get help from and advice also. Now so yeah, I do have friends who have actually guided me now. Yeah.
Okay. Kuna mtu you look up to?
Oh yeah, there's people I look up to. Most of them see watu wenye tunaongea. So like in terms of art, this is how I started doing art. I was in my first year. Then kuna a unit we did, ilikuwa inaitwa rendering techniques. Rendering techniques ilikuwa unit ya inafunza how to give form to shapes. So inacheza tuna lighting, shading, vitu kama hizo, kubalance tones ukishade and such. So the used to send us links za kwenda watch tutorials YouTube, just simple tutorials like 2 minutes, 5 minutes. But YouTube inakurekomendianga videos according to kitu na watch, right? Maybe some related stuff. So you can recommend this artist anaitwa John O'Dry. He's South African. Nikaanza kuwatch videos zake how he does art, na ikanibamba manze, like nilikuwa nikiwa something so amazing, and hiyo ndio ilispark me kuingia into art. So nikaanza kununua hizo equipment pole pole. Nikaanza kuwatch tutorials nikipractice, and in like 2-3 months nilikuwa nimeanza kuwa better. nikaanza get better and better and better and better hadi sahi. So that's one person I look up to in art. In music kuna watu kadhaa, but again si watu tunaongeaga, ni people maybe I see them on social media, nafuatilia what they do, I listen to their stories. In communications design and strategy, niko na role model is actually my boss, unamjua. Yeah, and yeye ni bamba na he motivates me na anakupeanga ile spirit ya you can do this thing and go for it. Na pia naweza taka kufika point niko kama yeye, the way he does his work, the way ana maneuver kwa industry, amechangamka tu, like it's amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. Pia me I have people I look up to mostly in the agency world, because my goal inakuanga to create amazing ads. Yeah, so there are a couple of people naonanga job yao niko like that should be me one day, and I feel like where I am currently, the people I'm working with, they challenge me enough kutaka kufika hiyo point. Yeah, so the likes of the people we work with, yeah, they really motivate me to do better.
Again naweza sema, it's funny venye role model anaweza kuwa part of your growth hata kama yeye ajui.
Yeah.
Because nikimagine nikifanya art level, the quality of work John Dre anafanya, na mimi ukiniangalia mimi ni beginner, sijui anything. Sasa anytime nilikuwa nafanya drawing, I used to view myself kama John Dre. Sijui kama mna relate na hiyo kitu. Unapata ukifanya hiyo kitu in your mind, you are that person mwenye you look up to.
Yeah, I get you.
And like inakwanga so deep design, hiyo time you are not you kabisa. So even how you act, maybe how you talk ukifanya hiyo kitu, how you do hiyo kitu, the process and una take ama hizo steps, unapata ni copyright wa msee. So I think inasaidianga mtu hiyo spirit ya role model ikikuingia hiyo design, inakusaidia wewe kufanya kazi vizuri, na hata kama hiyo kitu ni ngumu ama unaona ita take time before fike level yenye the quality yenye ana produce, bado una feel motivated or feel kuchoka. It doesn't feel ni kama unafanya kitu ngumu. Yeah, so that's how I go with my role models. Yeah,
I really hope there's someone out there mwenye sijui mwenye afikiria ma role model. Wewe, you think I'm wow. But yeah, I really hope there's someone out there who is inspired by me, the things I do. Ulisema you're freelancing. How's the experience? Because najua umeanza tu juzi.
Kumoto manze. Yeah, but my experience with freelancing, nasema it's good, but iko na highs and lows. Kuna high seasons, kuna time jobs inakam, you're meeting new people, clients. But I guess highs na lows kwa everybody kwa employment. Kuna highs na lows, kuna some good days na bad days. The thing is, ukiwa employed, una expect salary at the end of the month kulikuwa na job, akuwa na job. But ukifreelance, it's you and your clients. So ikifika point hakuna clients, that means hakuna pesa ina flow. And that becomes a challenge your time.
And how do you find your clients?
Referrals, hiyo ndo ya kwanza.
Okay, before referrals, kuna uo mwenye amekurefer, how did you get?
So my first clients wamekuwa friends and family. So unapata best yako amekuja amekupea job, imembamba, ampata msee mwingine mwenye anaweza taka search service, anakuconnect. So referrals zimekuwa
Actually that's how I started pia. Ilianza na family, relatives pia. My mom alikuwa na push job yangu.
Yeah, that's nice. She's a gem.
And then nikapata referrals, and then clients wakaanza kuingia, and then I used to also market my work on Facebook at the time. And nikapata a few clients, but sasa it was a challenge because yes, I'm happy that I'm finding these clients, but si feel ni kama I'm charging the right amount or I'm even managing them vizuri, because unakuta client atakuja, me at the time I didn't know anything about agreements or contracts or down payments. Nilikuwa najua client atakuja, nianze job, nimpe, alafu atanilipa afterwards. So it was a challenge because most jobs it's either I was underpaid or I was never paid. But later on nikaanza kulearn, nikajua you're supposed to ask for a deposit, and then afterwards, or depending on the project, kama it's a huge project, you break it down and then you're paid in stages. I didn't know that, but later on I started learning. But also the biggest issue was I felt like na charge too low. So alafu pia ukifeel hivyo, you feel like you want to increase the rates, but tena unaogopa because hauko sure kama watu watakuwa willing to pay that amount. So kuna kwangana hiyo moment ya kukuwa doubtful, but I don't know how people maneuver around that.
Yeah.
But pia unafaa kujua industry standards. But Kenya, nimeongea na so many creatives and I don't think they actually know kama kuna any industry standards when it comes to charging you. Because unakuta animators, mostly animators ndo wako face to this challenge.
Yeah.
Mtu anakuja anakuambia maybe they want a 2-minute video and then you charge them like X amount. Then ukiambia okay, tuseme maybe hata itafika 5k a 2-minute video. That takes a long time because ni frame by frame. Au utaongelesha mtu mwingine atakwambia hiyo 2-minute video atakucharge maybe 20k. So unaona there's a huge gap hapo. Unakuta kuna so many creatives wanajifinyilia, honestly ni kujifinyilia, and there's others who know how to charge the right amount, but your information haiko hapo nje. So many people wanateseka, to be honest. So I have experienced it. At this I wouldn't say I'm really good at charging because muogopa watu wanaweza sema you're too expensive. But I think if you know your value vizuri and you know what you bring to the table, alafu pia uangalie maybe the amount of time and skill, you can know how to rate your projects vizuri.
Yeah.
Umewa kwa nini freelance projects?
Yeah. Kwanza kuna nakumbukanga time actually me mselling in market ni actually my fellow classmates because they believed so much in me and they believed in themselves. Like walikuwa wananionanga wanasema wow, aizombe hizi vitu like hadi so siku moja ngapata job na maboys fulani, hata sikuwahi jua ati like nani aliwaambia about mimi. Namba tu iliingia na akaniambia unaweza tufanye editing, nikamwambia
Video editing.
Na so nakumbuka wakaniuliza utatucharge ngapi? Sikuwahi fanyia msee editing. Mate niliwa charge low, like niko naona ikiwa juu lakini ilikuwa chini. Like after nimefanya hesabu yangu nimeona the amount of work spent and the amount of like kazi yenye itafanya kwa hiyo kazi, it's worth more than I was charging. And so I was saying like I came to discover walikuwa naenda wana shoot videos and stuff, wanakula pesa kubwa, pesa poa. Lakini mimi mwanzo like nika realize napata do kiasi sana. Like wasi wanajinai hadi wanaenda like Mombasa nini and stuff. Na mimi nafanya like almost like the whole editing thing, man. Asiati walikuwa professionals. Some of the parts zilikuwa ni tough because Asiati walikuwa very good at shooting and stuff. And so I was also having a hard time because hata sikuwa naenda kwa field. Jota chenye walikuwa nilipa it was way low.
As an editor, sorry for interrupting. As an editor, do you think unafaa kuwe kwa field wakishoot?
Yeah, it's very important. Ndio unakuwa like now the vision of how everything is going to be.
True.
Now it was tough, man. Ilisikia yenyewe ilifika mahali nikaona yenyewe natumiwa hapa.
Na sahi?
So sahi niko more aware na najua. Sasa even it's also been a challenge hata kwa animation. Like najua this animation industry, especially 3D animation, haija grow sana Kenya. It's actually growing now. It's somewhere right now, but utapata so many people don't know about it. And if you will do an animation video for a client and you charge them a certain amount, they're like, no man, that's too high. Like they're expecting you to charge them a very small amount, like nikazi just any job hivi ati kazi unaweza chapa dakika 2 they don't understand the amount of work. They don't understand the what it actually takes to get to do something very quality. And so ni vizuri pia watu wanajua, wanapata exposure, wanaelewa like what this is about, because when you compare hapa na majuu wanajua, na so your industry may grow huko, and so it's easier there than here. So at first mtu ajuangi, lazima watu utatandikwa utajua vile utacharge, utafanya kazi mingi, lakini at the end of the day you end up with very less or even none. But hiyo ndio inakuwa beginning ya watu wengi. Lakini as you proceed, na ndio unaanza kujua, okay, ukipata exposure from your friends, unaanza kujua, so se walikuwa nani enda pay. So ukiwa wako na project, ni vizuri kama ujui how much they charge, consult your friends, like ask them.
Bridge umeongea about industry standard. Mimi nasema I don't think kwa creatives kuna industry standard, like an industry standard price. I think in our work kitu yenye determine, kuna a lot of things determine, but quality determine your industry standard. I get kuna quality, kuna price wezi charge a certain type of quality. Hadi where it makes sense.
Yeah, how it works ni, if you're a beginner wezi charge the same amount na mtu amekuwa in the industry for like 10 years. Definitely itakuwa a bit lower, but as you grow ndio sa unaenda ukiongeza price based on quality na skill yako.
True, as a freelancer that is right. So ikifika point you unajiaminia na the type of quality you produce, kweni kwa animation, art, whatever, I think utakuwa confident enough kuambia mse indo price, na hautakuwa unaweza like sabotage your price kabisa. Like you won't settle for less. Yeah, so I think unafaa as a freelancer unafaa aim for a certain type of quality. Unajua nikifika hapa I can charge this amount, na ikuwe mimi niko comfortable kuambia mse hivyo, na siwezi settle for less than that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Even though inafaa, because hata mimi nilienda niki increase pricing as na gain experience. And it's unfortunate that this information is not out there, because we never taught about money, and I think upon you the main thing ego, because if you're not taught about money, then how are you going to make a living out of the skill that you've learned in school? I think wanafaa ku include financial literacy in school pia.
Yeah, in college amkuwa na a unit yenye inafunza about finance in the
It will go just the skill itself, hakukuwa na anything about finances.
Ilikuwa na intellectual property?
No.
Damn.
Nimulikuwa na
we had a unit intellectual properties. So inakufunza about copyrights, law, but ilikuwa ina scratch to surface peke yake. Ilikuwa inaenda deep, but at least unapata kale ka clue.
Yeah, because that's another thing creatives don't really understand.
Kwanza hiyo inasumbua watu nje, like watu ni people are good, but hawajui about copyrights, hawajui about hizo laws. Unaona kuna the law side of whatever you do. Hawajui taxes, ukianza kufanya hivi like utakuwa unalipa taxes aje na vitu kama hizo. Yeah, so it's a big issue kunje. Yenye pia ina affect artists, and that's unapata artists wana sign deals zingine, they end up realizing as in favor. They don't favor me kabisa, nimejiingiza kwa trap ama kwa shimo, but ulisign, haukusoma, haukuelewa. Yes, so inafanya unakuwa easy kuingia, inakuwa easy for you to get into a trap ama for people to take advantage of you.
Yeah, creatives, we should learn how to protect ourselves. That's where contracts and agreements come into play. When you're freelancing, do you have any written agreements?
When will you know about your kitu?
Yeah, so
tell me more.
You should have written agreements zenye ziko na a detailed description of one particular project. So tuseme maybe umepewa job ya creating a 3-minute animation. Within the contract of the agreement, unafaa ku showcase the detailed description of the project, the deliverables, how the file is going to be shared and how it's going to be used, timelines pia. So unaweza kuta especially hiyo part ya timelines agree maybe it's going to be done in 3 weeks, alafu unakuta maybe umetuma maybe the first stage, alafu client ana delay ku share feedback, so more time inakuwa wasted, alafu unakuta maybe ime end up kutake maybe 5 weeks. That's an expense on your side, because ina inconvenience in some way, so you have to charge for that because I'm a inconvenience.
Oh really?
You have to charge for extra time.
But una include kwa hiyo agreement design anajua these are the consequences if you do this and this.
You unaiandika hapo, so anajua. And then pricing. So depending on the project, you can either charge a full amount, ama you can break it down. Useme maybe rendering una charge hivi, compositing una charge hivi, then you compile everything. Then in terms of payments, the ones I know ni 2 methods: being paid in stages or being paid half and half. So you also have to showcase that pia hapo. What else? And then the amount of changes. Unaweza kuta umepeana job alafu client akona like 10 changes. There's a lot of back and forth hapo, and wewe peke yako ndo unaumia. So ukimwambia you can only offer 3 changes on this X amount, anajua ni hivyo. Akitaka more changes, there are charges for that. So anything outside this agreement, there will be payments. That's how you protect yourself when it comes. That's the benefit of it.
Nimetry kujiangalia from a client's perspective. So assuming you are a designer, uko na agreement, and for a certain amount napata, like you said, 3 changes, right? So between the client and the designer, who's right? Because me najua kitu nataka, assuming najua kuna kitu nataka, then kitu nanipea na feel it's not what I want. Nimekutumia kwanza change, nimekuelezea vizuri, umenirudishia something niko like bado, like I want this and this and this, nimekurudishia pili bado, ya tatu.
I think also bado. Communication in your matter jo napata like na mimi huona ni vizuri actually to sketch. Kwanza una sketch, you send to your client, ndio anakuwa na the whole picture ya venye itatoka. Sasa akisha approve your sketch, so now that's where you actually work on it. Jo imagine kufanya like a 3D animation, client akwambia wall iko karibu sana, isikume nyuma. Hiyo kitu ni kama kurudi almost like zero. Yeah, so unapata kwanza it's actually good you sketch. Unaonyesha client kama kuna changes, anasema this is a sketch, so if you want any changes please tell me now. Anakuandikia changes zenye anataka, akisha approve, now you can work on the product actually. Now ikishatoka hata sasa hapo unaweza charge. Na pia ni vizuri depending on the timelines, because hizo changes pia ziwenda zina take long. Like unapata client anakaa sana kitambo respond na ina prolong. So
yeah, that's a better way to approach it actually. You don't open a project just tumemaliza and then you unapea client. Kutakuwa na so many issues, and that's where client and project management comes in. So let me ask you, ukipata client say I'm the client, nimekuja nimekwambia I want an animation, how will you handle it?
Umeniambia you want an animation. First I'll need a brief. Then I break down the brief. Ndo sana naweza andika what is required. Nijua what is required from me and thus from him pia. Then we meet up, ama schedule a meeting with the client. Tunaongea. That's where we make the agreement. Tuna agree on whatever is to be agreed on. Then after hapo sasa ni kazi.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a good way to approach it. Yeah, even because mimi when you're starting up, I didn't know I'm supposed to talk to the client, nijue exactly what they want. So I was just starting the job, alafu katikati yako like this isn't really exactly what I wanted, so there was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah. But you came to understand she did copy and restructure vizuri.
Yeah. So yeah, client management is, if you're a freelancer, you'll have to do a lot. Client management, project management, follow up, timelines, deliverables, you do everything on your own. But sasa utakuta there are those who maybe flourish enough to maybe wamepata multiple clients and they start outsourcing other designers. So there's also that.
It becomes an agency.
Exactly.
Because see, nadhani freelancer, you have to be alone, right? Like when ni lone ranger, unazunguka tu kotokota do kwenye kuna kazi. But when grow so big, una handle projects za big brands, zenye they are heavy projects, you can't do it alone. So hapo you have to have a team.
Yeah.
I think unaweza maybe outsource a team yenye mtawaka on that project and you guys are done. Ama ukiona the future is bright, you can form a team and form an agency out of it.
Yeah. Actually, I also think ni important ku advise client. Juu unaonanga ameleta kitu ingine wewe unaona hii kitu like hapa hakuna.
Makes sense.
Lakini ana sensitize mimi nataka hii. So ni vizuri ku advise ndio also for your own good and also for their good also. Now, yeah.
Because if you're a freelancer, you're taking the driver's seat when una control client. If something doesn't feel right, na unajua it can be done in a better way or it won't work, so just do away with it. You communicate to the client, no try kumwelezea why this doesn't work and why this works.
Yeah.
So that's where ni kama you're being a consultant, you advise the client. Si ati unapewa job, client anakuambia do this and just do. You're kind of like a robot. So it's best to place yourself at a consultancy level where you advise the client. Sometimes maybe ukiona maybe he or she doesn't understand when I'm explaining this is how it goes nini. That places you at a higher point than mtu mwenye namba tu just do this na nafanya na napeana.
True. And I think with all those elements, zenye ziko involved in handling clients, projects and such, I think these schools zenye zinafunza design ama the creative courses, wanafaa kuwe na a unit yenye ina dive into each and every one of those elements. Kama ni intellectual property, unafunza about that. Kama ni pricing and business management, unafunza about that. Kama ni consultation, they create a unit yenye inafunza mtu about hiyo. Okay. So when you get out here, nothing is new. Inaweza kuwa una the full information, full knowledge required for you to maneuver into that thing, but it's not new. So utakuwa na some confidence approaching it. It won't be a big problem. Yeah.
True. I think you guys, you're advantaged, kind of.
What do you mean?
How you got into the industry, muli ingia place yenye you can learn from people, not just tuseme kama you Isaac.
Yeah.
You got into a space where you're not just being told to design. Unaambiwa udesign based on certain
guidelines.
Yeah, exactly. So you I don't know how to explain this. Because there are certain places ukiingia as a graphic designer, unaingia tu and you just design like without any basis, without any strategic thinking.
Inakuanga tricky like hata final product ukiona iko na different patches, iko na design.
Haina any reasoning, umeweka tu vitu tu and you're calling yourself a graphic designer, but for you uliingia kwa space yenye you're being guided as to why things are supposed to look a certain way. I think that's a really
Sure.
Sikuwa nimejua hivyo, but say I see it and it's actually an advantage.
Yeah, it's actually good ndio maana it's like a look and feel unatafutia client like a guideline yenye like can I apply this in all of them? That really makes your work easy and also it makes a clean job.
Yeah. Because when I started out, at me I was advantaged kuwa na a team that taught me graphic design, but in a strategic manner, not just graphic design kuweka tu vitu. So I think I was advantaged there.
Does it mean kuna some agencies ama some places unaweza kuwake as a designer unaambiwa just design a poster, design a brochure, design a magazine, make animation, yenye inaongelea tree but they don't go deeper kukupea any other information inaweza kuwa useful for you.
Ziko mingi sana.
Are there places wanafanya hivyo?
Yeah,
Sana. Like hata niko na a friend of mine na alikuwa anasema ati yeye angekalia machine anaambiwa design. Like akishamaliza kudesign kazi ishatumwa. Hakuna story wakai chini ati kuangalia like ku go through the design ama kuna any errors ama nini like I want to designed to me.
You must be so good manze kama anything you do like anachukua anasema hii ndio tulikuwa tunataka
bro. Utapata like from such how learn like how grow. Unapata like una do the same thing ulifanya jana, yani haangaliangi anatumia tu client
na kuna intentions in whatever you do.
Na labda hata ujui venye client response yake ni gani.
Ni kama you're really underpraising your work. So this event itakuwa so beneficial for many people. So if you're interested, the link itakuwa hapo hivyo chini kwa comments. So buy your ticket and it's going to be a really informative session and it's going to be beneficial for you. Itakusaidia ku grow with, your financial literacy and your career as well and how to manage clients pia.
Another thing I feel there's something as freelancers some creatives what tuna lack of which ni goals.
And nilikuwa nataka kuuliza why did you pursue this particular career? What was your goal ukifanya hii career?
Nisikuwa na goal nikiingia niliwekwa and I saw it was nice. But sasa I think goals ni important, very important, because at least you work towards something. Yeah, very important. Zinakupea that essence of what destiny, purpose. That's the word. So utapata I'm an artist, right? Nimekuwa kwa field ama kwa industry for 10 years. So inaweza fika point nianze kujiuliza for those 10 years kata nimekuwa nifanya kazi na ando but so what? Okay. So hiyo so what kikuji inaweza affect your mood ama how you see your life because it feels like you're working for nothing.
Like unajiuliza what impact you've made.
Yes, the money is there. Unapata clients, unafanya kazi, una produce kazi yenyewe unaenda kubamba, some nice quality, umebuild on your skill, you're good. But
there's a guy I talked to, akaniambia his goal ni ku build an impact on someone. So hata maybe akitengeneza animation, sema it's an educative animation. Ikimpact just one person, hapo atakuwa ameachieve goal yake.
And it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Actually, hata sasa ukiangalia like in this creative industry, sana animation, like ukiona venye animation ime affect like watu sana and like watoi stuff. So unapata like it has an impact. It actually changes, it actually educates and at the same time it empowers also. So it's actually very good to have a goal kwa ukichukua kitu like what do I want at the end of this.
True.
And how do I want to change people and change stuff.
And I think it's not something that unaweza amka tu and you decide this is my goal. I think it's something that you have to sit with yourself, look within, alafu ujiulize what do I really want with this.
Yeah, true.
Hiyo si kitu unaweza jibu tu sahi.
Though again unaketingi you can take like weeks or months thinking about it because ujuangi ati ukihit hapo ndo mwisho. Umepata kitu ilikuwa. So unaweza wonder.
True. And you guys, what do you think? How do you think the art and design industry is going to look like? So maybe 5 years from now.
Very, very, very bright. Because I feel like we are needed everywhere. Like literally everywhere. Look at what an agency does, a marketing agency. kazi zinakujanga ni kazi from brands of all types. Sindio? Na every creative kwa hiyo team ataplay a part. That means your skill is needed like ni kama 360 ama universal. Actually nikielezea my mom about the career opportunities za let's take kama graphic design, nilikuwa namwambia uzuri ni I can work anywhere. Naweza work kwa ministry ya serikali, naweza work kwa institution, naweza work kwa hospitali, naweza work wapi. I get. Yeah, so I think the future is very bright, very very bright. The thing is the issue inaweza kuwa tu how creatives watajipackage. Like let people know wanakuhitaji for this and this and this and you can deliver in a good way. Yeah, so I think the future is very bright.
Yeah. Before I take up your conversation, umesema something to do with like creatives were needed in every industry. I think one benefit of working in agencies ni you're exposed to multiple industries. Compared to if you're an in-house designer, you're just working on that particular company. You're not exposed to anything else outside that. But within an agency, una learn so many things, different things. Una learn story ya magari, una learn story ya ecosystem, government, whatever. Vitu hadi you wouldn't think unaweza jua just because you're a designer.
Naweza relate to that because the other day nikijoin kuna this project tulikuwa tunawako na nilikuwa ya this flying ama wanaoffer tu services za flight and stuff. So nikifanya research I had to go and learn about planes manzi. Na alafu na dive deep uko like huko ni wapi? Singekuwa aeronautic engineer sasa.
But it's a good thing.
It's a nice thing. Yeah, so like tumesema ni ukweli. Kidogo umeingia kwa spirits, umeingia kwa sabuni, next time uko kwa nyele, so inakupea some pretty much.
Actually me personally imenijenga sana like ku in that space nini ya ku learn a lot from people, like how business works and stuff.
Yeah.
Inakupea pia ideas like ukiweza fungua biashara, by the way, this is how they used to market, why if I'd apply it in mine, see the boost sales, like unaona. So it's very important to actually work in these organizations and agencies just to get the understanding of when also business is done. Yeah.
Because I was shocked how actually business works in agencies. From hizo brainstorms tumekuwa tukihave, it was really mind-opening. Like I didn't know those things. Because me najua, I think designers tunakwamba tu tumewekwa kakukuni, like all you know is just your job, you design, ujui what happens huku hivi nje after umepeana files or before even the brief comes in. So interacting with these other departments, you learn so much. You learn how things work. It's really nice.
Actually, the discover kuna watu hawajui anything about India, lakini wanajua biashara. So many people, so many of the richest people, unapata hawajui kutengeneza gari. Kama kila guy Elon Musk, yeah. So like hata fanya
zia scientist motor engineer kitu kama
lakini kitu mse anajua ni biashara. So it's very important kuwa na exposure to it, like how can I use my skill and incorporate business in it and actually get some good money out of it.
Yeah, it's a good skill actually.
My boss tells me people like Jay-Z, Dre, people like Snoop Dogg, they know the business side of music. Yeah, but then kuna artists when you have the business side of music. And we expect kama aspiring artist ama aspiring creative, tuna expect kufika mahali kuna fanya tu kazi and you get the millions and everything. But kuna level always ifika with hiyo peke yake. I get. Look at even sports people. They do other stuff. Yes, mtu kama Cristiano Ronaldo, kari yake akichezea a certain football club alikuwa analipwa vizuri and all, but kuna other stuff anafanya aside from playing football. So yeah, the business side of of creativity, it really matters because people also need to sell and that's where the money comes in. Yeah.
So that's meant to actually understand that lazima kuwe na exposure. Like lazima kuwe na like sometimes mi ufanyaje like wejijaze tu hata ujua say wejijaze tu enda tuulize unafanya gani. Now out of that you grow a lot more. That's what I learned from Chris.
Yeah.
Sometimes unaenda fanya research na shindo sawa lo site kuambiaje. I used to work now. It was tough, but out of it, manze, I learned a lot. Now you learn a lot about people, you learn a lot about business, you learn a lot about the challenges you face, and so I want to job when there's a position and how you can market yourself and actually grow yourself. Yeah.
Really good. To record what you were saying, the future of design. For me, I think there's so many opportunities that are here to come. Kuna so much because say there's so many advancements. Kuna AI, kuna VR, AR. Yeah, there's a lot, and designers are needed for that. So I think kuna so many opportunities. It's just for us to know how to place ourselves na tukue at par with the developments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for
Yeah. Umetumia AI in anything?
Yeah.
Music umetumia AI?
Nishai try na ChatGPT. In music nime venture sana into songwriting. Nishai try kutumia ChatGPT and iko insightful, inasaidia, but sijapata the exact thing nilikuwa nataka. Si blame ChatGPT. Maybe mimi ndo sijui kutumia vizuri. Yeah, but nimetumia.
When you're writing music, how do you do it? Inakuanga from an emotional perspective or just writing?
So it started as a joke. Okay, I think the moment nimeform interest na kitu, nilitaka kuifanya. Na feeling what is not enough. Let's say maybe nianze kuona Dennis Ombachi, the way he does cooking, because like, yeah, this is some good stuff. Quote pekee itanilive hang, so nataka ngadi mimi nipike kitu kama kitu ya amefanya, ama maybe do mine that's better, ama close to it. So nilianza kitambo nikiwa kidogo, nikiwa high school I used to make music. Hadi nikiwa days and tasks ningeenda kwa dance hall, ningeenda kwa watch movie. Unaona, unless sasa song like imetrend kabisa, kuna zile songs like universal manze utajipata tu imba, but hadi kina mama kieka like some music play kwa TV, nilikuwa tu inanikera, nilikuwa like doing make something you can watch kwa story. But then after high school ikaanza kuniingia pole, and nilikuwa na feel music ni kitu very strong and unaweza impact lives za wasee, unaweza communicate to msee na music, na it's that strong, na pia it's an art, na mimi nilikuwa msewa sana. So I decided acha ni try kuandika songs. So I started writing songs. The kwanza ilikuwa very real hivi.
Kuna links taziweka hapo chini.
Sasa yeah, okay, sikuwa post. Sikuwa post, nilikuwa naandika tu, na try kufanya covers. Nikaendelea pole sana, nikaanza kuingia deeper and nikaanza ku-impacted the emotions. Unapata naiandika from an emotional perspective, maybe nimefeel kitu, I write about it, but ikafika to a point ika-evolve beyond emotions. Sikakuwa tunaweza kuwa tunaongea sahi, maybe I feel a certain emotion yenye uliongea, and I write about it. So now it's not about me anymore. It's about everything. No, naweza toka hapa niandikie tulipo kwa podcast and it was nice niandikie about the ambience and everything. But sometimes I tell it as if imenihapenia. Let's say tumegana hizo, umekuwa na heartbreak just the other day, and if ilikuwa ni tu uniongeleshe vizuri, the moment nitaanza kuandika about it, naweza andika ni mimi nilifanikia. So najiweka in your shoes and I try to interpret maybe atakani some information kunipea na try kuona ulifeel aje hapa, ili kufanyia aje, ili kuimpact aje emotionally na vitu hizo. Yeah.
Sasa ukitumia ChatGPT, do you feel like it's losing that emotional touch?
Yeah. Pia ukigenerate images unaweza type kwa hizi image generating AI zinaweza type a prompt, maybe a podcast host with a bucket hat and tunyele tunasing hivi, then kuleta mtu mdomo iko. Yeah, so I think the same with everything.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to get better with time, and I think ina evolve really fast. Kama videos, I thought that thing will take maybe 3 years. Just a few months, it's almost perfect. It's really good. It's interesting to see that, and I don't know what to expect from it. So do you how things are going to change? Because definitely, what about kutumia AI? Because I believe it's more convenient because you don't require multiple resources. It's just there. You just pay, you subscribe for it, and you get what you want.
But I think the best thing with AI, it's fast. You know whether it's strong or like it's very fast, man. Kitu ingekutake maybe days and weeks and months in a good pop.
That's very idea.
Exactly.
Me about AI, like me sipenani vitu za AI sana, but during the middle of realize AI haina experience na haina emotion. Imefunzwa tu like your program follow this. And so about sometimes the kind of thing that I achieve, I feel like how because we understand what standing AI I figure go as creative as we can. Like this is to experience, we have emotion, and so you're able to portray an emotion through your design, through your drawing, and people are able to feel actually what you're communicating. But AI has an emotion, so.
Don't you think humans want to bring that emotional perspective when using AI? Because so maybe I'm writing a song, I'll write it, and be a ChatGPT, create lyrics, but with this kind of emotions. So what do that emotional perspective huh?
I guess kitu aiza kanataka kumaanisha ni on its own yezi still rely on us.
Yeah.
I don't think AI has evolved to a point yenye si tukienda extinct itabaki na iran vizuri vile si tulikuwa tunaran. Sidhani kuna point AI itafika iko inaweza tap tu emotion yako like hivyo tu papo naturally. But one thing tunafaa tujue ni ina learn very fast. Na hadi mimi bridge naweza kusoma from your behaviors na ni kama pa conclusions ziko accurate. Because pia sio yenyewe before AI si tulijistudy sio yenyewe tukajua mtu akibehave hivi inamaanisha hivi, ukiwa hivi inamaanisha hivi, na we are very good at that kama humans. That's kuna kama psychology. So AI inaweza soma hiyo kitu and find even faster and better.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. Hata AI for design. AI yenye kuna hizi AI automatengeneza, it's like your friend, you talk to it. So vile unasema it learns you. So the more una interact nayo, the more it learns you, the more inakujua perfectly. I think that's where we're headed, where AI will become more of like a friend.
But sasa unapata iko so intentional. Kumbuka si tukifeel vitu haipaki okay tingi unasema let me be happy. Okay tingi unasema let me be sad ama okay tingi unasema fuck nataka nipende yule. Unasema nataka nipende yule msee. And so that yeah, so yenye ku intentional nayo like a certain CID alikuwa explain how spice wako anasema human beings wako na the ability to tukiangalia hizo kwa the ability ya kufeel vitu na feel ama kweli vitu za una speaking mafumbo kuna ability ya kuinterpret na ile tunamaanisha ama tunafeel sana tunapitia. But sasa as a spy we are gonna be intentional about it. That is the moment tumeketi hapa tunaweza kuongea iko like Joe unaficha ni nugget so una intentional about it. Now that's AI. no, itakuwa intentional about it. So that means as a human anaweza fake kitu ndio ikae hivi but si hivyo cause mimi ndo najijua ndani. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's definitely a lot to expect from it because you never know how vitu zita change. And kulikuwa na hiyo debate ya AI is going to replace designers. What do you think? Itakuwa replace?
AI inajaribu.
Upate kuna Isaac
Inajaribu na actually inaweza kuwa ni hatari because people look for quicker solutions now. AI is fast na itakupea kitu nzuri. So, you know, in this creative industry, that's a big threat. Because what would I say, Marty? You don't need to go to the designer and share this amount of money. AI is free. It's fine, it's thing as a poster and you print. So, but no, that's idea too.
but I think for us to, if you can beat them, train them, right?
Yeah.
So I think kama designers, it's better to learn to integrate AI into our work. Itakuwa better cause utakuwa umeka elements zote mbili. Kani speed uko nayo cause AI unatumia, but again with that ka human element. And Bridget, ile kitu unafanya and you're doing it so well. When I grow up on to the late.
Yeah, me learned to. Honestly, ni one of the benefits of it. It's really fast inakupatia amazing ideas, but you have to tweak them, they work in the real world because ideas zingine they didn't really work.
Yeah.
So definitely it requires a human touch, but it's going to replace some people. Not everyone. It's going to replace some people when you have to take it up. For example, kama tuseme industrial revolution. Before the revolution, watu walikuwa wanafanya vitu a certain way, and then maybe machines zikakuja zika replace kazi ya mkono, zika replace labor. Watu definitely walienda home. Tuseme maybe kumekuwa na hizo revolutions where something comes up and replace humans, but someone told me it's a good thing because if AI can do everything for you, because you can automate it kufanya almost everything. If it can do everything for you, then it gives human the time to just be humans, like to enjoy life. It kind of makes sense that way, because you don't really have to work.
Sasa unapata most people they don't want hiyo kitu ifanyike faster ndo waende wapate time kuwa humans. They just want ifanyike faster sichoke. Venye hizo amesema people look for quicker solutions, some easier, like watu wanataka tu hawataka kuchoka. And that's why hadi ukiwa as an entrepreneur na jambo a good business ama good product unataka kuuza ama service lazima kuwe na solve a problem ama inafanya kitu easier. Okay. So I think watu wanataka ifanye tu haraka ndio hata kuchoka. Yeah.
We weren't really made to work, to be honest.
Lakini at the same time, ita limit watu juu kama AI itafanya kila kitu, wewe hautakuwa na time ya kulearn. So utakuwa just in a box yenye AI inafanya hii kitu, lakini if you are to do it yourself, labda ukidiscover so unaweza fanya hivi na ikama itoke kitu poa. So AI kuna advantages, it's fast, but it also has disadvantages. Those people who are like kind of lazy, like to do stuff now. Utapata innovation na creativity inaanza kupungua because everything is done by machines.
But I don't think creativity itapungua because AI imeanza kutumika, right? Say those big designers wakianza kutumia AI na kazi yao safi kuliko ya watu wengine, that will be the new industry standard. So wengine it's either mpande hiyo mfike huko kwenye imekuwa set ama mchange whatever you're doing. like mnapata you are left with no option. It's like when the internet ilikuja, people were forced to go digital because hakuna option nyingine. That's the new thing. So because upon digital, you're dead. I get it. But again, utapata watu wenye wamesetio bar ni watu wenye integrate AI into their work. Let me give an example. Kitambo armies used to fight with swords. Kakuja guns, they were better. Okay. Sword ilikuwa inataka ukuwe na skill ya the sword itself, na skill ya protect, then ukuwe physically fit. Guns came, side to general no gun and cause a lot of damage now. Okay. So it made things easier. But still ukienda kwa army, you are trained. Unatrainiwa you're physically fit. So aseme ati you fight with guns and bombs, ati utakuwa tu hapo unafanya battle bomb ile inagonga, so you don't need, unafunza hizo vitu vya being physically fit, being maybe mentally fit na vitu kama hizo.
I'll give you another example. Time ya kitambo, I think BC those times, people used to write, like hadi ukitaka ku create one book but multiple copies, you had to write it multiple times. Alafu came in the printing machine. What were against it kabisa? People didn't want it because it replaced so many people. A lot of people actually, because so printing machines definitely make work easier and faster. When you're working job ya kuandika, they knew definitely it will replace. But definitely we have printing machines now. Hiyo story ya kuandika silishaisha. I think with every innovation, definitely with every change, lazima kutakuwa na watu wataikataa. But if multiple people take it up, then sisi wote tunasonga huko. Kama analog to digital, when you are affected, I think kulikuwa TV stations and zilifungwa hiyo time ya analog to digital. Like they didn't have a choice, you just have to move. But here it's so weird that there are people who determine how society develops. Like nika hatuna choice, like they have to do what watu wanasema. Hapo sasa ndio it's kind of
mzabiti mbadala. Kitu kingine nasema hiyo yote inakuanga revolution ama evolution, not revolution. And kama humans tumeishi kuevolve since the beginning of time. So hadi kitu kama AI kikuja inakamna new opportunities. It's not like bad kabisa. Internet ilikuja kakuja vitu kama writing, watu wameanza from writing, watu support watu wengi sana. Kuna jobs zingine ziko zina exist in the 90s, they exist because of the internet. So hadi AI itakuja ishike vizuri, itakam so many things zenye sasa hivi tunaweza kosa kuziona, but itakuja na opportunities zenye people can tap into them and life inasonga vizuri.
Kama phones, content creation side, something that's really
really
growing.
Yeah. So I think whatever industry you're in, unafaa evolve na when kunaenda.
Yeah, but at the same time, kumbuka sema kama when digital art came in, kulikuwa na traditional artists, painters, calligraphists, watu kama nyinyi, that's
artists.
Bado kuna watu wanataka that kind of art, and there's still digital art. So utakuta there's definitely people who will opt for a certain type of art compared to the society ita replace watu pia. Ina depend to pia na taste ya watu. Anyway, that has been an amazing conversation. Felix was supposed to be here, but unfortunately, ingekuwa much better if he was here. But ni sawa tu.
Absent with apology.
But it has been an amazing conversation. And I learned so much from you guys, your experiences, your growth, and also your thoughts on the creative industry. So remember we have an event coming up, Pricing Strategies and Financial Literacy for Digital Creatives. It will be happening on 19th October at Jengaleo in Westlands. So check the link below. Also check out our social media handles. And I will catch you next time. Good morning, good evening.